Hey guys, it's Peter from Apex Strings, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a video on some tips that have helped me when stringing somebody's stick. So here I have my Volt Lakota on my C30. This is just my weapon of choice. So, and it's got a mid-high, which is perfect for kind of what I wanted to talk about, because a lot of kids on my team, I don't mean to like brag or anything, but they're always asking me how I get my stick so nice. And well, the position that I play, there's a shot of the channel, the position that I play is left attack. I'm the starting left attackman for our team, and that's the reason why this pocket works out so well for me. It's also because Greg plays attack, so that's, you know, cool. It helps to know that, you know. And my friend over at Right Attack, my friend Andrew, he plays Right Attack. He's always asking me like how during games I can get my pocket to stay just up here with maybe a little bit of bag. And I told him it's just the way you string your stick, and it's just, yeah, the way you string your stick. He has a Lakota too. He has a black one, but I don't know. He has hard mesh in it, so the pocket is pretty much looks like this. The pocket's pretty much just, I guess you would call it like a mid-pocket bag, because it's mostly, the pocket's the deepest at mid, but then it has a little bit of pocket up here for shifting, and then a little bit down here, so it kind of looks like just a huge bag. But he always asks me how I just get to keep my pocket, and I told him it's just the way that you string the stick, and also your bottom string. So yeah. I told him, but he doesn't string his own sticks. I told him when I string like people's sticks, depending on how many sidewalls they have, I pretty much have a default sort of pattern for how I string a stick if it has a certain amount of sidewall holes. I think it's the maximum 10 is what you can do it with. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, about 10. 8 to 10. But what you do is it pretty much works on any head depending where you want the pocket. Except I wouldn't go anything under mid, or this probably wouldn't work, because most of my friends want, when I string their sticks, they all want mostly mid-high pockets, and I tell them it's gonna take you a while to get used to a mid-high pocket. And when they say a while, they think like a couple days. Like my friend Arthur, who I strung a stick for, he didn't bring his main stick to the game, and he couldn't even make a pass or throw or anything. And I told him I told him it's because you haven't gotten used to how it throws, because he asked me for the same thing, a mid-high with two U's and 2 nylons like I have here. It has a black one, but I did the white only because I thought it would like complement the white down here, and that's the only reason why I did the white shooter as well. And then I have a black nylon. But how am I gonna say this? When somebody asks you for a higher pocket in the head above mid, what I mainly do is I pull the first 3 holes of mesh down, normally skipping about the first one, just so after like the first or second interlock to get that mesh really tight, and then the last one I don't skip like here. This isn't Greg's exact pattern, it's kind of a little bit off. I kind of made it my own, but it gets the pocket a little bit higher on the head. As you guys can tell, it kind of stays there. I can give it to you guys. So it's you start on the third hole, and then it's skip, skip, knot, skip, knot, then a double, double, one SI, 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 SI down the rest of the way. I'm not sure how many SIs it is. And then on your last SI, it's an SI tie-off, so you don't go... Let me do it on this side so the shooters don't get in the way. You don't go down through any mesh, you just go down through the top, come back around, up, and then down through the hole. And that, it kind of gets the pocket a little bit higher on the head, where Greg's is about right there. Mine, it can get a little higher. It's not me who came up with the pattern, but I'll put a link in the description on where I got the pattern from, and it actually does work. But yeah, so some tips for you guys when stringing a higher pocket on the head that doesn't have few sidewall holes. It doesn't have a lot of sidewall holes. Just pull the first 2 or 3, depending on the head. The first 2 or 3 mesh holes down. Normally skipping about 1, preferably like if this head only had sidewall holes going down to like here, which would be about 6 or 7 sidewall holes, I wouldn't have skipped this one because I started here, interlocked this mesh piece down, or mesh hole, and then I wouldn't have skipped this one. I would have interlocked, or I would have knotted or interlocked this to here, and then skipped 2, and then taken this one like it is, and pull that down, which would have created a nicer channel, and then I would have done a double up or a triple, again depending on how many sidewall holes it has, probably triple to create the pocket, and then I do a 1 SI. It doesn't matter what head it's on, because lighting just got bad, because then as you guys can kind of see, it keeps, there's the 1 SI right there, it keeps the shape of the pocket where it is. So if you have your pocket up here, if you have it strung to be right there, it's going to keep it there. Then I do SIs down the rest of the way. It works pretty much on anything. But then if you want like mid pocket, do the first 4 instead of 3. Do the first 4, and then preferably a double up would probably work for a mid pocket, or you could stack, or you could do a stacked SI, which would also create a nice mid, very, very defined mid pocket. That thing wouldn't probably bag out at all. If you guys don't know how to do a stacked SI, you guys can check East Coast Dies. It's kind of hard to explain without showing you, and I'm not going to do a tutorial on it because it's very hard. In my opinion, I would never use it only on a head that has like very few sidewall holes. Like I'm trying to think of a head, like I don't know, like the STX AVU. I know it's like a beginner's head, but it's like the first head that comes to mind. I'd probably do that because I do like SI, 1 stack and SI, 1 SI. I don't know how many sidewall holes it has. But then you could do that, and then after that stacked SI, you could probably do 1s. The way that you know if your pocket's gonna get pulled down a lot is when you do like the SIs or the 1s. If you're stringing and your pocket's sitting up here, and then you do like a 1 or a 1 SI, and your pocket starts to come down and it gets like indented like that, that means you're pulling the mesh down too hard. So then you're gonna have to you may have to do it very loose or do something else to I guess, compensate for that, I guess is what you could say. And then lastly, if you want a lower pocket in the head, you're going to want to do a lot of SIs. Don't do interlocks, do SIs, because as you do more SIs down the head, it pulls these top ones down more as you're going down the head. And interlocks don't do that. Interlocks just do it due to where it is. And then like about midway on the head, this always seems to work on any head. I do about 2 double ups, then an SI, and it just creates a perfect mid-low with a really nice channel. This one obviously isn't very wide for a low pocket because it's meant to be sitting up here. And I mean, those are just some tips. But again, I always recommend a 9-diamond triangle top because it gets those other mesh holes that aren't connected to the top of the scoop, which can prevent the right here from, you know, getting to be bagged out, which some people don't like. I don't like it. I think it makes the pocket look sloppy. And then also what works sometimes for me is when you're doing interlocks or knots, and you start my first knot is here, second one is here, third one is right here. Pull this one, don't pull as tight, pull this one a little bit tighter, and this one about the tightest, which is how I got this channel like that. Creates a really nice channel, but also a lot of whip. But if you guys don't like whip, then I just suggest pulling them all the same to make the channel a little bit looser. Probably end up looking, I don't know, a little bit wider, so maybe something like that. Still a nice channel, but it's more than a ball's width, which as this one is it's exactly a ball's width. So yeah, it is something to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's very, very lethal. You can do, it has insane hold. You could do amazing stick tricks with it. And then again, lastly, is the bottom string. If you have a higher pocket, higher bottom string, longer bottom string, lower your pocket, a little bit shorter, lowest pocket, probably one of the shortest bottom strings you could possibly do. It just keeps that pocket right where it is. And then shooting wise is shooters and nylons and whatever wise is up to you. That's just however you like your shooters, but all pockets throw the same. So if I had a low pocket with this shooter setup, it'd throw very different than how it does now, compared to a mid pocket where it would throw maybe the same, not quite, maybe a little less whippy because it's lower on the head. But yeah. And then if somebody tells you they don't want a lot of whip in their stick, I would suggest doing like barreled and rolled shooters, which prevents whip. The more of those you have, the less whip your stick has. And I think if you do 3 rolled shooters in a row, it's probably the lowest whip setup you could have. But then also keep in mind, if you do that, don't string a tight channel because that will affect your pocket. So yeah, those are just some tips for you guys. If you have any more tips, let me know in the comments below, or you could just message me on YouTube. I'll probably answer. I get notifications on my phone, so I'll probably answer if it's over the weekend. If it's during the week, probably not. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop a like on it, and if you haven't already, go subscribe. At 10 subscribers, I'll probably be doing a mesh giveaway, and yeah, for like a free piece of, like, I'll probably do like a black fade, so you can really put it in any stick, or a white piece. I don't know yet. But if you guys want the pattern for this stick one more time, it's sidewall starts on third, skip, skip, knot or interlock, skip, knot or interlock, then a double, 1 SI, and SIs down the rest of the way. Probably, I don't know, until you end on like this third, do like 3 SIs on the 10 diamond rows, and then make sure to end it on a 9 diamond row. So when you string like here, you guys can see I ended it on the 10 diamond row. And so yeah, some people like to end their bottom strings on the 9 diamond row, and they'll just like take the string after they're done, and just so say I didn't have this pulled down to here, they would just take it and put it down the 9 diamond row to pull it to the side. But yeah, so again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please drop a like on it and go subscribe if you haven't already. Take these guys. Peace.